back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman, coming to you from our studios at the Capital Region International Airport. But right now, we're going to spend a little time with Mark Williams. Mark is an old friend and the president of MCDC, which is the Michigan Certified Development Corporation. Mark, welcome to the show as always. It's great to see you. Let's tell everybody what MCDC is.
Thanks, Chris. Great to see you as well. Michigan Certified Development Corporation administers, originates, closes, and services SBA loans throughout the state of Michigan. So SBA being Small Business Administration loans. So we're the administrator of the 504 loan program, which is real estate and equipment finance for businesses, and also now have a new product called the Community Advantage Loan, which is a 7A loan, which is the SBA guarantee program that most people know about, that banks and credit unions provide.
Yeah. So listen, my next question is what's new at MCDC? And so you just spilled the beans, the community.
Well, I tried to tee it up for you. So
there you go. Good job. Go ahead. Give them a little bit of that.
Well, the Community Advantage Loan is a small 7A loan from $50,000 to $350,000, and it's designed to serve the underserved markets that banks and credit unions quite often aren't touching. So the SBA created this as a pilot program about 10 years ago. It's been made permanent now, and we just started doing it this year, engaging in it this year to hit those underserved areas, veterans, labor surplus areas, startup businesses, and the SBA's definition of startup is anyone in business less than 2 years. So we're doing loans for those. The only difference between the Community Advantage 7A and a bank or credit union 7A loan is we can charge a little bit more because they're riskier loans. And so I would tell someone, if you can come into us for a Community Advantage loan, if you can get your loan from a bank or a credit union, by all means do that. They're still your first choice. They're going to be cheaper and better for you. But if you can't get it there, talk to us. We might be able to help you out.
Okay, it's kind of interesting because a lot of people know about the difference between 7As and 504s, but just explain it very quickly because there's a ton of people that don't.
Yeah, there's a couple of primary differences, and I'll stick with the use of proceeds is the biggest difference. The 504 loan is strictly for real estate and equipment. It's fixed asset financing. The 7A loans can be used for real estate and equipment, but also for working capital, startup funds, purchasing inventory, et cetera. The payment differences, the 504 is a fixed rate loan. So it's a low down payment, fixed rate financing. So benefits the borrower because they get that cost certainty, no balloons, 25-year loan, currently at 6.35%. So below market rates for what most banks and credit unions are offering right now. And the 7A loan is quite often a floating rate loan. Doesn't have to be, that's up to the lender, but most banks will do it on a floating rate, so the variable rate, so they can sell the guarantee on the secondary market.
All right. And you got a new Express product.
Yeah, we do. The 504 Express loan. So for our piece, where, Chris, you're familiar, but some might not be, how we come into play on a 504 loan is a bank or credit union provides a first lien for typically 50% of the project. We come in behind them at 40% usually in a second lien position. If the Express loan, if our piece is 500,000 or less, we do an abbreviated underwriting with the SBA so we can get a faster turnaround. They're just going to do an eligibility review. They're not looking at the credit. We're underwriting the credit. So,
Mark, touch briefly on some of the history for MCDC, if you will.
Yeah, so we started in 1982 as part of the state of Michigan and started working on these types of loans there. And then in 2002, broke away from the state, became an independent corporation, nonprofit, and have a board of directors throughout that are scattered throughout the state that I report up to. We're the leading CDC in the state of Michigan by quite a lot. We have over $400 million portfolio right now, almost 900 loans in our portfolio. In total, over the history, we're getting very close to hitting a couple milestones, Chris. 2,500 loans in our history. $1.5 billion in SBA financing and $4 billion of total economic impact. And I measure that by what's the total project cost that we're working on. So some milestones coming.
Kind of crazy. So what are the industries right now that we're seeing the most activity in?
Manufacturing is still one of our top, healthcare, professional services, franchise restaurants, non-franchise restaurants, et cetera. We do a fair amount of hotel lending and in self-storage facilities as well, but I don't really like to push those, but that we do a lot of them. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, those are industries that are coming back too. So they're right now needing some money. So
yeah.
Good stuff. Listen, you guys do great work. It's always great to have a kind of an update from you. You seem to always be putting in new programs, and congratulations on that for helping so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate you having me.
Mark Williams, president of MCDC, Michigan Certified Development Corporation, right here in East Lansing, Michigan, as a matter of fact.
And throughout the state.
All right, bud. Keep doing God's work. We'll talk to you.
Thanks, Chris.
All right.
Godspeed.
You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman. We'll be back with more.